Coming up next on BBC Two, it's the Brad Woto stream. But first, it's time for...
What's under the orange flannel?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Time for me to, every Sunday, every single Sunday, I fucking forget to have music prepared because I have a different profile on the music thing. So I don't have all of my shit for what's under the orange flannel. Every week. What is that? Can you guess? I mean, this will do, but I want this one. There we go. What's under there? The whole internet. A carrot. The Angelo triple triad card. How did you both guess a carrot? A laptop charger. Orange. Original guesses here today. Some really creative guesses. Brad's toe that finally fell off. A lightsaber. It was your father's lightsaber. Or is it a phone charger? I've been eating a lot of chili lately. What happens if you eat chili every day for like 2 months? I'm mixing it up. I went to buy some chicken today, but they didn't have any chicken in the shop. And I wasn't going to go to another one, so I'll go tomorrow. Really happy about that. Your dick gets huge and your colon solidifies. Oh, it's steroids. Dude, sometimes I catch myself just doing this. I chode. Just dancing along, and then I'm like, oh, I'm streaming, I need to remember to be speaking. I'm just dancing along. Chode, thanks for the 51 months. Shadow the Wreck God is pissed with you now. Pissed. You think it's a carrot? It's not a carrot. It is, in fact, a Copic marker from my second smaller batch of Copic markers. There's a colour in there that's missing. But what colour is it that's in here? Which Copic marker? Which colour Copic marker is under the orange flannel? What do you think? Marine blue. Someone knows about Copic markers. Golden rod. Snagween red. Got him. Orange. Lavender. You know a man's serious when he has Copic markers. Hell yeah, dude. Monkey ship brown. Black. Too late, Shadow. Too late. The fury of having Chode early sub on a Sunday has truly set him off. Grelo. Mascarello. I don't know what that means. Carrot. Carrot would have been good, wouldn't it? Chartreuse fire. Some examples of the ones that are in here. Vivid green. Canaria yellow. Deep violet. Forest green. Prussian blue, my favourite. Vivid pink. Geranium. Wine red. Bronze green is one as well. What the hell does that look like? Bronze green. Kind of looks like the Warhammer Salamander green. Alright, you guys think it's sanguine red. Oh no, snaguine red. My apologies. How could we have been so blind? Guys, it was obviously just good old-fashioned plain orange. Come on. Can you focus? You can, but it's backwards. Oh, flashbacks of Friday night. I went with just plain orange this morning. Of all the varying colours. This is my second batch of Copic markers that I bought. Because I needed different greys. I also have this pack. It's not backwards to us. Oh, okay, good. Which has fucking loads of them in. A lot of these have kind of dried out though. But because they're alcohol-based markers, you can just dip them in some nail varnish remover. And they snap right back, baby. They snap right back. Unlike me, I am not snapping back this weekend. I'm not doing well. I feel rough. I feel pretty rough. Beware, streams may be affected going forward. Oh, the second withdrawal process of the year begins. The withdrawal process of the drugs that were getting me off of the withdrawal process has begun. And boy, oh boy, do I feel fucking woozy. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit. I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth to keep my brain occupied, and luckily, that game is fucking enormous. That game is fucking enormous without spoiling anything. It's just there's so much. It's unbelievable how much they packed into it. I'm kind of weirded out by it. I want Copics, but I'm poor as fuck. Oh, these ones were pretty cheap on Amazon. I didn't spend a lot on them because I too am poor as fuck. I figured that I can at least sort of justify buying them because previously I was using them to draw what does Brad draw today or whatever. So I can at least tax write it off, which doesn't do much to save me right now, but how does Twitch playing D&D even work? You'll see soon enough. We'll get into it in a minute. We've got a couple of admin things to do first. We've got to make a goblin, and I think Lyri leveled up, so we'll do the level up stuff as well as of last week. But you're able to basically you're able to roll dice, and all of the decisions made are voted on by chat. So pretty much that's how it goes. You can also pay to win. We'll get into it. You'll see. You'll see soon enough. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Get my cup of tea. Where is it? Got a ginger tea because it sort of helps with nausea. It's funny how when you're really in it, you find out that those home remedies just they're fuck all. They're for like your basic little like, oh, I feel ever so slightly nauseous today. Yeah, have a ginger tea. It'll probably clear it up. If you're having full-blown withdrawal syndrome, it doesn't even make a dent. But I'll do anything. I'll take anything just to take the edge off. Naomi, anything to take my mind off of the pain. What does it say? I'm running 2 Star Wars RPG sessions this weekend. Jesus, it's like a mini Brad Woter simulator. One on Friday and the other one tonight. So you did one on Friday. How did it go? You're using the same system we were, the Fantasy Flight one, or a different one? Man, that was hard to learn. That was really hard to learn that. It's funny because I feel like I really got a grasp on it and the show ended. Which I knew was going to happen, and I was making that joke all the way through the show. But was really when I figured it out. Because then we played it with Orcish, and he ran us through a little short campaign. And I understood the whole thing. It was so annoying. It's the worst thing. But it's quite hard because you have to learn. Like obviously, you have to learn all of the system itself. But then you have to learn like the combat, the battle stuff, and then you have to learn battle stuff in space, which has its own set of rules. And yeah, man, I had to sort of compartmentalize that whole thing. I sort of learned what I needed to learn for the first session and just did no learning of the space stuff until we were already in the campaign. The week before they do their first space stuff, combat stuff, was the week I learned how to do it. Fantasy Flight games on the Forge, it went great. It was spooky themed. That's fun. Jedi and ex-imp mechanic trying to stop a saboteur and his creepy droid from crippling their base. That's cool. Yeah, the idea of doing horror in Star Wars is, I feel like it's quite hard. Star Wars have tried to do it a couple of times. There's a couple of good Clone Wars episodes where they do that. The one where Pong Krell, the first episode of that where they're creeping around on that planet, they sort of do quite well. There's some Dathomir stuff that's quite good. But like real spooky stuff, I feel it's quite hard to do in sci-fi unless you really go with like Alien and you're alone on a ship. And you go with that kind of like weird alien monster type thing. Dead Space type shit. Because sci-fi is so like, because it's science fiction and it's so futuristic and they have technology and stuff, it's always so illuminating. It makes you feel sort of more secure. But I guess you could also do the horrors of space if you really wanted. But Star Wars is not really because it's sort of like it's fantasy, isn't it? I got voice samples from the players who weren't there and added radio distortion, had the droid sending fake distress signals, and the players are freaking out. That's cool. Yeah, I love doing stuff like that. That's always fun. It's nice when you know what's coming up. I was going to do that this week for Kira. Murgles wasn't there, and I wanted her character to just be saying stuff to them while they were sort of trapped in a genjutsu. But I just completely forgot to ask her to do it before she left, and then she went away, and obviously, you know, she can't do it. She's not at home. And I don't want to like just be like, hey, do this stupid thing for me that's completely irrelevant while you're trying to enjoy your weekend away. But I did want to do that because I enjoy that kind of thing if you can get in there. I think I did it quite a lot with Star Wars though. I've done it less so with Cura because I did so much of it for Star Wars. I live in a van in Devon. Are you one of those van people, or are you just homeless right now? Or do you have one of those like cool vans, like those proper kitted out vans? What are those called, those things? Those van life vans where people are just living, driving around. I like the idea of it, but I think because I get so easily disturbed while I'm trying to sleep, and sleep is very precious to me. If I lived in like a van or a barge or something, as much as I would love the money saving aspect of it, I'd just be woken up by like random shit all the time. If a fox ran past the van, I'd wake up. If someone drove past too close, it'd be all over for me. Disturbed. Ooh, I slept funny the other night. My mattress is so fucked, dude. I think my mattress is contributing to my lack of sleep lately in a big way. I wish I could afford a new mattress. I took a picture of it today because I was going to show how fucked my mattress is. But I feel weird about showing a picture of my bed on the internet. I kind of don't want to do it. Plus, I've got a bit of a mix and match situation going on with my pillows. I have, because I did my laundry in such a weird way last week, I have different pillowcases to the rest of the bed linens. And I feel like a little grab. But I have this I have this lump in the bed, right? I'll show it on my phone. Okay. That is not a person laying under the covers in my bed. That's a lump that has come up out of the mattress that I have to sleep on every night. It looks like someone's laying under the linens. It's been like that for years. Dude, it's so uncomfortable. I can't flip it because it's like one of those fucking... I don't know what it's called. It was, once upon a time, like an amazing mattress. It was like $1,000. It was like the most expensive thing I'd ever bought outright, just cash in hand in my life. It's Lux in there. It's Merlin, I've been keeping him, yeah. Right, we need to address that mattress situation. Well, I would love to buy a new one, but I can't afford it. That's where Emma went. It's really, really annoying. There's no way to sleep around it. The other parts of the bed, some parts of that mattress just feel like they're like crumbling away. I don't know how to describe it. It's so annoying. I was looking on Amazon for like how cheap I can buy a mattress. I was looking at like £200 mattresses yesterday. I don't know how to justify buying a £200 mattress when I've got so many other things I need to pay for. But I'm also looking at this fucking demolished mattress. It like broke. It broke when I moved, but not into this house, into the previous house. But it's only gotten worse. When me and Emma moved into the other house, the mattress got like bent out of shape, basically. So it's not springs, it's like memory foam stuff. So it's just you can lay on the lump and it goes down, but it isn't comfortable just because it goes away. It's not like an air bubble that pushes. It just, you know. Or I can lay to one side of it, and then I've got this like lump, and I'm like laying really awkwardly. Lay on the lump, title of the episode. And yeah, so like it got pretty bad, and then over the last year it has gone from bad to worse, that mattress. And after I moved in here, it is unlayable onable. It's unlayable onable. There have been nights that I was just considering just taking the whole mattress off and sleeping on the thing underneath. If I could take the cushions off of my sofa, I would lay them on my bed. I'd honestly probably rather sleep on the sofa. I get better night's sleep on the sofa, but in this new apartment I don't have any curtains, so it's just so unbelievably bright. Why is it coming straight for me, my life? It's just unreal, man. Like, I'm so tired. Everything you could imagine going wrong in my life has gone wrong over the last 5 years. And very little has gone my way. Just everything sucks. My back hurts so badly. So I slept on that lump weirdly. Not last night, the night before. And now I have this like back pain. Which obviously my anxiety, because my anxiety is like all over the place this weekend. Like 1 minute I feel fine and the next minute I feel absolutely chaotically anxious. Because of fucking coming off of medicine. my brain is like, oh, that's because you're coming off the medicine and your kidneys are failing. And I'm like, but it's also because I slept weird and I know I did. But my brain is like, it's kidney failure and you're dying. And I'm like... And that's been my weekend. It was me all day yesterday. I didn't do anything yesterday. I just sat here. I went for a little walk with Liam. I didn't really do anything else, which is what I want to do with my Saturdays. I've been promising myself Saturdays off, and they're real Saturdays. And I laid on my sofa and played Final Fantasy again for most of the day. Watched a bit of Iron Fist. Just tried to be nothing. But yeah, dude, I slept so weird on that fucking thing, and then my back hurts so badly. I don't really know how to... Back pain is so annoying as well, because it's like everything you do. It's not horrible. It's just a twinge. A constant twinge. But it is just, you know, everything you do. As soon as you injure your back a little bit or pull... It feels more like I pulled a muscle. You recognize suddenly that even reaching for a pencil, that you use your back muscles. Every time it slightly goes away and I lean down... Oh, I went to pick up some socks this morning. Because last night I just threw off my socks going to bed. And just left them over there. So I picked them up this morning, leaned down, back went out. I was just... Sucks, man. So I was looking at mattresses. The type of mattress I need. A medium soft, apparently. Which is about all that you'll ever achieve at 40 years old, right? And I was like trying to shop around a bit. Weirdly, I found some on Amazon that were better, the same thing but better price than the actual like mattress places, which is weird. Normally, you go to if you go to an actual like mattress store, it would be cheaper. The last time I went into an actual physical mattress store, the one that they were like trying to sell me, they were like, yeah, it only costs, you know, whatever it was. Plus you get for an extra £500, you can have this, this and this. And I was like, I don't need the upsell thing. It's one of the things I like about buying stuff online is that the upsell comes from not a human being. I hate humans. I don't want to be sold anything. I know what I want. I know what I'm going there to buy. So leave me alone. But yeah, man, the cheapest I found, and I was looking at like, I was like, maybe I just buy a £200 mattress, which probably will only last a few years. It won't even be like a good mattress. It will just be like whatever. But if it only lasts me a year, it would still be a better investment than the thing I'm living on right now. And I got up this morning and I was looking at my credit card. The credit card was whispering to me. Yes, buy the mattress, coward. I don't know, man. It's scary. I'm just scared of buying stuff and then finding out in 2 months that I need that money for something else. I can't handle it. I can't fucking keep doing that. I get to a point where I feel like a bit more comfortable with my money. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm okay with everything. I guess I can probably afford to buy that thing I want to buy now that I've been wanting to buy for ages. And it's all of the shit I need at the moment is like necessity shit, like a mattress, but like an expensive necessity type thing. It isn't like I need to fix my vinyl player. Do you know how much joy has been taken from my life now that vinyl player doesn't work? I was sitting all summer, leaning out of my window on those summer days, even when I felt shit. The summer. On those summer days, leaning out the window, the sun was coming in. I was wearing absolutely nothing, just hanging out of my window on my top floor apartment. And I had a vinyl on. I just put on a new vinyl every day. And I would just sit and listen to it, drink some orange juice, watch the boats on the river, and then that would be the start of my day. And then the vinyl broke, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. And now it's cold as well in the morning. But my vinyl player's broken, haven't fixed it. I have to buy a bunch of random shit around the house. I bought myself a hoodie because I have only got fucking like old hoodies, or like this Goose House one that I got last year that I wasn't legally allowed to wear for 6 months, and now I can wear it again. But I don't have even hoodies and shit, you know? And I'm like looking around all my stuff like, dude. Anyway, that feeling, yeah, of like, because here's what's going to happen is I'll buy this mattress, and in January I'll have to pay tax, and I won't be able to afford it, and all I will think about is that fucking mattress I bought 2 months ago. Oh yeah, I don't know what to do about it. I mean, again, I guess I could chuck it on a credit card. But I'm just petrified of these stupid bills that keep coming in. I just keep getting slapped with these like crazy expensive bills. Oh my god. And then so I speak to the energy company and they're like, "Hey, you've got like £600 in credit." And I was like, "I don't need any of that credit. Give it back." And they went, "Okay, how much?" And I was like, "Look, I guess I'll just leave, I don't know, £200 in there for winter. That way I don't need to worry about winter." I don't know. I have no idea because I've never used this credit system before because I've overpaid for so long I didn't know. And so I'm like, refund me £400 of that and I'll have that £400 in my pocket. Thanks very much. I didn't know I had a second bank account open with you. Give me some of that money back. Cap that shit. What are you doing? Why is it so much?
I just remembered I had yesterday birthday, so here my birthday
Lying
cake.
because he feels bad. I'm not trying to guilt trip any of you into giving me money, by the way. I'm just talking. Don't give me any money. But thank you anyway, Gabe. I accept Gabe's money because he works as an actual ironmonger in a German forge or something. So he's literally the guy at the beginning of that fucking Rammstein video with the 7 dwarves who's like hitting the fucking thing. Dang! He's one of those. When is D&D happening? I mean, just whenever I want, because it's my stream and not yours. Shut the fuck up. Someone shut him the fuck up. These new kids that come in here and don't know how it works and start demanding things, stamping up and down, you know? What was I saying? 3 things happened in a row. Yeah, I could do a credit thing, but it's just, you know, the fear. The fear. The absolute fear, Tom. But yeah, so I told the energy company, "Can I have some of this fucking money back?" And they went, "Yeah, sure." And I was like, "Great." They said, "Just send us a little thing." I went, "All right, great." So I sent them an email. And then they went, "Oh, £50 was just added to this thing. So you have to..." I'm going to read you the email, but first... Hold on 1 second, because my doorbell just rang and I think it might be a delivery. It was a delivery. Alright, I guess I'll just leave then, I guess. Okay, leave. I don't give a fuck. Who are you? Who is this? I don't even know who you are. Why do I care? Those people that go into like retail stores and they're like, well, you just lost a customer. I didn't lose a customer. I don't give a fuck. I don't own this company. I don't, you know. I loved it when they would do that to me. I live in a van. I don't have manners. Yeah, well, neither do I, dude. You've met your match. I'm fucking also was brought up feral. So if you think I give the slightest shit about anything that you're doing, especially when I feel as shit as I do today, and I'm sitting just having a nice conversation with my community, you know, the people who are here every day and have been here, and not you who just showed up out of nowhere, crawled out of your shit bucket. Having a nice conversation, we're having a little catch up. These are my friends, these people. We catch them up on life. Oh, you need a thing, PB. I didn't see it. God, I have to type with this. So right, let me read you this email, right? So, dude, it made me laugh so much how much this is proof that there is divine intervention of people that absolutely hate me in the world. Hi Bradley. On your previous account for the address, blah blah blah, we had to rework the billing due to no final reads given to us. Something. Basically, the people that moved in. It ended up that you had extra credit of £54.96. Great result. That's going towards a new mattress. You'll receive a statement showing that. As a result, we had to pause the refund request for the amount of £487.28. Don't pause it. I need that money. Why do you think I'm asking you for it? Mainly because we need to know if you wish to add the £54 from your previous account into your new account and make the total go from what to whatever. And then we can do an updated credit fund request. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Either way, it's mine. Give it to me. Put it in the credit. Give it to me. I don't care. Just fucking... Please let us know how you'd like to proceed. And then she says, I'm on annual leave for the rest of the month, so please do call in during our opening hours to confirm the plan of action. And it was a weekend. This was the type of shit I would make Emma do as well. This was the type of shit I would make Emma do, and I'm just so fucking sick of doing it myself. When I was a child, when I was like in my late teens, I would make my sister do it. I've always had some minion do it for me until now. I have to do it all for myself. And if you hadn't been able to notice, ever since I've had to do all of this shit by myself, carry the weight of being a fucking adult in this economy by myself, my mental health has deteriorated rapidly. Bro, I don't fucking care where the money goes. I'll just set up another refund if I want that 50 quid that badly. Well, you know what? I want the bulk. The £500. Almost. It's hilarious. So now I've got to call them tomorrow morning. They're probably going to start the whole process again. It's going to take another 2 weeks. I'm looking at my rent. I'm looking at my family going, am I going to have to kill and eat my neighbor? I'm looking at my neighbor. I'm thinking, am I going to have to string up my neighbor? I will. I'll string him up. I'll eat his ass. So that's been what I've been thinking about all weekend. Do I buy a mattress? What do you think, chat? Should we do a poll? This way you can feel guilty about it when I buy it, and then you find out that it was the worst idea ever. Braid buy mattress. Yes. Yes, Triss. No. Dollar, dollar, dollar. It is a minor thing, but I wonder whether, can you imagine if I bought a new mattress and I laid in it? I love these feeling. I feel like this about so much stuff. Can you imagine if I bought a mattress, laid in it, slept in it one night and had the best night's sleep of my life and just felt better and all of my issues went away? Dude, I have this with so much stuff. I'm like, I'll just buy iron tablets. What if I took iron tablets and all of my issues went away and I was just low iron? And it's never ever that. The issue is I was traumatized as a child. The issue is I was massively traumatized as a child. Dude, the probiotics is my next one as well. I'm on probiotics. As soon as I'm over this fucking bullshit, I'm getting on probiotics. And prebiotics. Yeah. I know, PB. I always know probiotics are good for me anyway, because I've done it before. But I did it with, it's not Actimel, but it was like one of those type, Actimel type things. And I felt so good for the fucking 6 months I was on it. But I have such bad fucking gut issues anyway, because I've always had a fucked up stomach. My stomach's too acidic, so I can't eat, you know, anything acidic, basically, or spicy. I just feel like I've been stabbed in the gut. Should we just play some D&D? Hi, Brad. Yeah, that kid wants to play D&D. I like the idea that we ban them. And then, just as we're about to actually play the game. But I'm a petty little bitch. And this is the world that would, at the moment that you gave me any power, this is why I always say, you can never ever do. I believe all this stuff is happening because God has to keep me down. You know, God's like, stay down, trust me. Everyone's like, man, why does God hate you so much, Brad? And he doesn't. He's saving me from me. Because the moment I get like power, you know what I mean? I just immediately just become the most powerful tyrant this world has ever known. Alright, he's banned. That means we can play D&D now. I still haven't edited a new intro for this because of you can blame non-canon.
In the town of Badgerbrook, the dawn begins to break. Leary stands upon the hill, their future to remake. A spark inside, a calling deep, the winds are whispering. Leave behind the life you know, and let your journey sing. The world awaits, the fire burns inside. With shadows rising, they cannot hide. The path is long, but the stars will guide. Leary, take the sky, it's time to fly. Rise, Leary, rise, the time has come. Face the dragon, chase the sun. Through the forest, dark and seas untamed, you carve your name in skies of flame. Oh, Leary, rise, the hero's light. Across the land through endless night. With every step, the legends cry. Rise, Leary, rise. In the midst of ancient woods,
we made a new song last week, didn't we? I know I tried to, but they were shit.
Courage in their eyes. The road is hard, the nights are cold, but they will never yield. For every scar and battle won becomes their sword and shield. The storms will come, but their heart won't break. Through every trial, through every quake. With magic's roar and the earth's great shake, Leary walks the line for the world's sake. Rise, Leary, rise, the time has come. Face the dragon, chase the sun. Through the forest, dark and seas untamed, you carve your name in skies of flame. Oh, Leary, rise, the hero's light. Across the land through endless night. With every step, the legends cry. Rise, Leary, rise.
Rice, Leary, rice.
Mountain tops to oceans wide, with wings of hope they soar and glide. The stars will watch, the moons will see, Leary's path to victory. Rise, Leary, rise, the time has come. Face the drag, but chase the sun.
Need a rice
Through the
emote, don't
forest
we?
dark and seas untamed, you carve your name in skies aflame. Oh, Leary, rise, the hero's light. Across the land through endless night. With every step the legends cry, oh, Leary, rise. The hero's light across the land through endless night. With every step the legends cry, rise, Leary, rise. In the mists of ancient woods, let the echoes ring. Through the world where heroes sing, the journey calls the flames arise. Now's the time, Leary, rise.
Okay, let's go. We're gonna play some D&D today. By golly gosh and by golly gum, are we? Yes, we are. We are returning to the sort of cliff sides, the cliff top area. That is outside of Badgerbrook after the events of last week. I know that the thing is outdated. It only gets updated every level up, which is today. So relax, okay? Breathe. I don't have a huge amount of time to prepare this game every week, okay? Because I run 3 fucking games of D&D a week. And 2 of them are on a professional D&D channel. And I feel like if the production quality isn't on Table Story, it definitely ain't here. And if you saw the last episode of Non-Canon, I dragged out a fucking clothes rack drying thing with A4 sheets of paper with writing on it. Okay? It's the worst episode of anything you've ever seen in your entire life. Non-Canon episode 2. Tune in on Fridays. Episode 3, tried to plan it on Saturday, yesterday, and immediately it all went wrong, and now I don't know what to do. Once again, it's already the hardest, most difficult show to run. Thanks for all the subs. All the subs coming in. Everyone is smart. You guys are learning. You're saving your resubs for when we begin, because there is a wheel spin that can happen. Subs go towards the wheel spin up there. Kumagi, Nyanar, Instarage, Naiko, and Anonymous. Wasn't even laminated. We are actually starting today. So the session ended last week. You actually just completely failed miserably. Honestly, you guys roll really badly at the moment on Sundays. You failed miserably. Literally failed miserably again in trying to locate the resistance group in Badgerbrook to collect their mission as a mercenary. You fell down a hole and ended up going along a river rapids, being chased by a fucking squid thing called Ultros. During the chase, you managed to fight off Ultros and kill Ultros using your scroll of power word kill. But you still fell off of a waterfall, was knocked unconscious, and washed up on the shores elsewhere, further along the coast from Badgerbrook, the sort of cliffside town that you were in, the dwarvish settlement that you started the campaign in. While sort of moving through the cliffside, you encountered a goblin who was a little blue goblin, sort of demonic looking, very night crawler, that was able to sort of teleport short distances. You got into a fight with them and convinced them to join the party, which they did, and that was where we ended the session. However, you leveled up, Leary leveled up, and also we need to figure out who Snotflap the Goblin is, if you're going to have a companion. So the rules that I sort of thought would work for this is that companions are limited to 1 in this campaign. Very Skyrim, like Bethesda Fallout. You have companions that you have with you, but you only equip 1. So even if you find other people along this quest, they will stay somewhere and you'll magically be able to switch them out if you need to. Right? But you can have 1 with you throughout the campaign, because what I have realized is difficult with running D&D for a Twitch chat room is that you have to sort of simplify everything. Anything that is complicated or anything that is more than one thing in D&D, simplify it down to one thing. And I think that goes with companions for you guys. So we're going to have one companion. So it is, so the rule that I'm putting in here for companions is that companions, you can have one companion. I'm just going to write the word equipped because I'll know what that means. The others, any others you collect will just be in the fucking, what was that little Pokemon place called? Where you kept them and they would just train. The Pokemon Training Center. So that is how that's going to work. You guys also wanted to take Snotflap's scroll off of them, but that's not how scrolls work in this campaign either. The scroll that you have is the same scroll. It's a magical piece of vellum that you inscribe with a spell, or you could pay a mage to inscribe a spell, I think, as well. If we wanted to, we could implement something like that. I think that traveling merchant can probably do it. That's on the wheel spin. Or you get one through the Spellwind, right? But it's your scroll that is tied to you and linked to you that has the spell on it. So if you take someone else's scroll, it just won't work. But I do think maybe you could copy them or something, you know, if you were smart enough. But I think that's how we should do scrolls, because otherwise scrolls are just going to be mad. Also, everyone in this world will just be killing each other for the high-powered scrolls. So I think that is what it is. I feel like that's kind of a cool concept as well, and I like the concept of that for this setting, because that's how everyone casts spells. So that's how scrolls work. Fuck you. Let's do the level up before we get into the game. Let's do the level up. Let's have a look. Lyri. A level 1 fighter. Now, I am never the player, always the DM, so I never know how to use this. Is this what we do? Level 1 Character Mancer. Or level plus Character Mancer. Launch level plus Character Mancer. Here we go. Level 1+1. Here we go. Yeah, this is it. Do you still speak with Felix once a while? Might help your mindset. I don't know. No, you don't, do you? You don't. No, I don't speak to him. All right, we're going to roll for HP. Wow, rolled a 6. Martial archetype. Oh, this is when we already did this, didn't we? Level 2, you get action surge. Oh, okay. I think that's all you get. Okay, that's easy then. Action surge. So this is what you get at level 2, now that you're level 2. Starting at 2nd level, you can push yourself beyond your normal limits for a moment. On your turn, you can take 1 additional action. Once you use this feature, you must finish a short rest before you can use it again. So, I'm just going to fucking chuck that down on this like list of stuff that you guys can do on your turns that I keep handy just because it's easier. That's it really, isn't it? Your hit points are now 18 and you have an action surge. More rolls to fuck up. So that was easy. Fighters are so easy to level up. Some of the reason we chose fighter, isn't it? Now, the more fun thing that we're going to do now is create Snotflap. Let's look at Snotflap. So Snotflap is a goblin with Misty Step As a bonus action, he can cast Misty Step endlessly. Let me reword that. You know what? This is what he does. Misty Step Scroll. As a bonus action, he can cast Misty Step. He can also take the disengage, hide, the disengage or hide actions as a bonus action. He has a scimitar and a short bow. But we need to give him, we need to boost him basically because he will just die immediately. But we don't want to boost him too much. But I think he needs to be a little stronger than a basic goblin. It was sarcasm, by the way. Oh, well, that always works really well in black and white on screen. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Well done. Well done, you. His name is Snotflap. And he is blue. Now, what was the description of Snotflap? Let me get this. 3 foot tall. Snotflap is 3 foot tall. His skin is a deep shimmering blue. His body is lean and agile. We've got another seg. He has pointed ears that protrude slightly above his head, each adorned with small silver hoops and charms that jingle softly as he moves. His face is expressive, featuring sharp, angular features and wide, glowing yellow eyes that stand out against his blue skin. Snotflap's mouth is filled with sharp, pointed teeth, often curled into mischievous grin that hints at his cunning and playful nature. Oh, and he has horns, doesn't he? He has 2 little nubbin horns protruding from his forehead. Sorry. That's okay. Just never do it again. Alright. I also have information here that we'll keep a secret. Might come up later on. Alright. Okay. Now we're going to give him a little more HP. Would you like him to have 10 hit points, or would you like him to have 22 hit points? How much HP should he have? 10 hit points. 22 hit points. The choice is entirely up to you. Still trying to decide how I feel about a blue-skinned toddler appearing in front of me and stabbing me in the shin. I'd keep it. I would raise it as my son. Is he also level 2? He's just NPC. They don't really have levels. They sort of do sometimes if they're like magic casters, but he's more like level 1. I love that some of you are voting for 10 HP. Is this a trick question? It is a trick question, because if you'd like him to have 22 hit points, you have to hit 10 subs before the end of this vote. You have until I get back from drinking this and putting it in my sink in the kitchen. That's right. It's pay to win. It's a pay to win campaign with microtransactions. You can charge Snotflap. You can give him more power. Let's see how much power you can give him. He has 22 HP. Congratulations. He now has 22 hit points. If you keep giving me money while I'm going through these stats, I will boost all of them. We're going to boost him. We're going to boost him with minor abilities. There are several minor abilities that I can give him. We can boost his constitution. We can boost... That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Bubu gifted a sub. Thank you very much. Minor abilities? There ain't no better abilities. Dwarves. A dwarf. Keep going. How high can you make that number go? And then we'll spin the wheel at the end of it. Okay. I think 8 strength is appropriate. What have we got? 12. We'll give him a little boost in constitution because he's got a bit more HP. We'll give him a 12 in con. I feel like you guys don't really want this guy to live that much. There's another 5. I'll give him an 18 in dex. Another 5. Fine. I'll bump his wisdom up to 10. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Does he need more charisma? What do you think? Don't think. Pay. Pay with your credit cards. I need to buy... Daddy needs a new mattress fund. The daddy needs a new mattress fund. The Braddy needs a new mattress fund. Has begun. Alright, we'll give him a 12 in charisma. I'll allow it. Alright, do we want to give him some proficiencies? He has a +6 in stealth. I think that's appropriate. Let's give him... What are we at? What number does that say? I literally can't see anything. Why can I not see anything? $32? Jesus Christ. Okay, fine. I'll give him some good stats. Jesus. I was only kidding, guys. Alright, we'll give him a 6 in acrobatics. We'll give him a +2 in sleight of hand. And we'll give him, I think, a +4 in perception. Nice stats. Let's give him some minor abilities. Depending on how much money you give me, I will pick the good ones or the bad ones. So he's already got a Misty Step scroll. I'm going to give him a move called Flickering Trickster. Which is that when Snotflap moves at least 20 feet in a single turn and then attacks, he can use his bonus action you know what? He can disengage as a free action. Hell yeah, dude. Right, you want to power him up anymore? No? Okay. Alright, we're going to change his little moveset here. We're going to transform this scimitar into the blink dagger. So, he now has a +6 to hit and a +4 piercing damage. We're going to call it a knife. The blink knife. And he's going to have... that's what it's called. Warp. The warp knife. He's going to have the thing from Final Fantasy 15. Ranged. Attack. 30 feet. Warp strike. That's what it's called. Thank you. Which is that he can if the attack hits its intended target, you know, if the attack hits Snotflap can teleport to the dagger's location. It has to be a warp dagger, doesn't it? Warp strike dagger. As a free action, instantly retrieving it. And it's a D6 still because it's a magic. It's a +2 dagger. You know what else? Additionally, if the dagger hits, the target must succeed on a Dex DC 13 Dexterity saving throw or be disoriented, giving them disadvantage on their next attack roll on their turn. Okay. The Warp Strike Dagger. Now we also need a melee version of it. +5 feet, +7 to hit, 1 target, 1d6 +4 piercing damage. And he also has a short bow in case he needs to go further than 30 feet with the strike. So this combination should allow him to constantly be flitting in and out of the fight, you know? He's just flipping this thing in, launching towards it. He's moved 20 feet so he can immediately disengage and run away, or simply just misty step away if he needs to. He's Kingsglaive. That's what I want. You powered him up. Thank you for the subs. You get 3 wheel spins. You get 3 wheel spins. Let me change the thing here. Snot flap. Small humanoid in leather armor. With a shield. Right. So we need to make this token be snot flap. This needs to represent the HP. And that is snot flap. Congratulations. Snot flap lives. First companion acquired. Let's spin this wheel 3 times for you. First spin. I did nothing. First spin. Spin for Snotflap. Snotflap gets something. An item. Alright, roll me a d20, chat. Roll me a d20, let's go. We can take the first thing. Snotflap joins the party. Yeah, literally. That just came up on the screen. And we'll take the first number. And for the rest of the day, we take all the other ones. A 10. A chainmail shirt size for a halfling or a gnome. We'll give him it. I'll let you have it. Just because of what are the odds of that? That's so unbelievable. I'll let you have it. Normally he wouldn't really be able to use it, but I'm just going to say he can. Because that's unbelievable. So what would that do for him? A chainmail shirt would give him an extra AC. It's 13 plus dex modifier. So 13 plus, it would be 2. It would normally be 2, but I'm going to say this is a mithril. It's like the little thing that Frodo gets, isn't it? That's what they're trying to make it. We'll put his AC up to 16 with it. Mithril chain and a shield. Alright. Nice. Next wheel spin. It's worth more than the Shire. Quad vantage on your next roll. And the last wheel spin was 3, right? And then quad vantage again. Now, you guys suck at rolling. Let's see if you can really fuck everything up. Let's see if you can really fuck everything up. Lyri stands before this little 3-foot blue goblin. A sparkling chain shirt underneath some rags and a sort of tattered cloak. This energy about this goblin, this sort of crackling as if they can just pop in and out of existence. He's a little fucked up because he took some injuries, and he says, "No matter, I have this," and pops a potion. He drinks it, and all of his wounds heal. What is this one? Perfect. He heals and says,
"This was a special magic elixir, stronger than any elixir in the world."
and he throws the bottle over his head. It launches off of the cliff and down into the water. He wasted it on himself. You could have had that if you'd killed him. You think to yourself as a player character who wants to min-max everything and ruin the fun of D&D by winning. His wounds heal. The 2 arrow shots that were in his feet heal over some of his cuts and bruises. He says to Lyri, looking up at Lyri, "Lyri, blue hair, snot flap, blue skin."
"Where's this we going?"
Lyri looks about and says, "Well, I've got to make my way back to Badger Brook. I'm guessing it's that way, so I suppose we head that way."
"Okay." Snotflap follows.
And Snotflap follows. Lyri and Snotflap start trekking away from the edge of where this cliffside is, moving up just to get a bit of a vantage point and a lay of the land, and onto the sort of grassy top of the cliffs here. Looking around, it's a pretty striking view, not too dissimilar to the image that we've got here. Just kind of water, an open expanse of an ocean on one side, some rocky crags and cliffs that reach into a sort of a bay, and a beach with a forested grassland around it. Up on top of these cliffs, there's a pretty steep drop down, and you can see maybe a mile or two the area where in one direction that maybe that you sort of have an idea now would be, what would it be? It would be south, wouldn't it? South of where you are is Badger Brook. You can make out that fortress that's sitting up on one of the cliff sides, some elements that make sort of a home. It's very early morning, but the sun is up and the skies are clear, so you can kind of see with your Aasimar eyes the trek you have ahead of you. Is really just to sort of head across this grassland, follow these cliffs south, and make your way back to civilization. Let's start today with a sneeze. Or not. A survival check. Let's have a survival check for Lyri. Let's have a look at Lyri's stats again. And I'll update this in a second as well. Survival check is a +2. We take the second roll from now on. Oh, and you have quad vantage on this, so roll 4 times. In fact, we'll take that 3, and then we'll take 3 more rolls as well. So just keep rolling until we get the highest of 4 rolls. And I will quickly update the character sheet for Lyri. Kind of effort to do because it's I have to splice like a JPEG of this shit. A 7. A 7. It's not great. I mean, how do you have quad vantage and still suck so badly at rolling? This is unreal. You are cursed. Lyri is cursed. Way worse than Gary. And Gary had about 50 curses on him by the end of that. Somehow, you become a little lost on your journey here. I'm going to need you to roll me another d20. Now, this isn't a check, so you just have to roll a d20. We'll take the second roll. We'll save the quadvantage for when you actually need it. Let me know the number. I'm just quickly updating the character sheet for the exclam, the bot. Okay, that should be updated now. You can try it if you want. Exclamation point character sheet. Let me know. I either updated the right character sheet or a dick pic. I'm not sure which one it is. Okay. That looks correct to me. What number did we get?
All hail Himi. All hail Himi. Himi doggy.
Hi, welcome in. We're just starting a little game of D&D here. It might not be the longest session we've ever done because we had to spend a bit of time updating the character sheets and things. But welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. You, Twitch chat, are playing as Lyri, an Aasimar archer mercenary who has come to a sort of a new continent in search of work, and ultimately has done nothing but fail every single role, resulting them in ending up in the middle of nowhere, in a fight with a little blue goblin named Snotflap, who you managed to convince to join you on this journey, and now you're making your way back to civilization along a set of cliffs. You've already failed the first roll today. Thank you, Crastian, for the sub. Also, thank you everyone for the subs for the wheel spin. Beth, Instarage, Gabe, Shadow, Country Night Owl, Bew. Spun that wheel a few times. The game has a pay to win element in this wheel spin thing up here. You can subscribe and it will go towards the 10 subs here. Every 10 subs we spin the wheel. I'm very tired today, I'm so sorry. I'm not with it. I'm going to be a bit fucked up for a couple of weeks because I'm tapering off some medication and it's making me feel woozy. Right, so you rolled a 2, which means you immediately are drawn into combat. Immediately drawn into combat. So you get lost. There's a random encounter table here of different things that are in the world. Now, it's possible the 1 to 10 is a combat encounter, whereas 11 to 20 are non-combat encounters. You've rolled a 2. As Lyri and Snotflap are moving along the cliffside, maybe it does that thing where if you've ever been bouldering or you've ever been on a mountain, or to be honest, it happens in video games as well, like really big open world video games. You'll see your destination ahead of you, but there'll be like a bunch of like rocks or shit in the way. And in order for you to get, you can't just go a straight line. You have to kind of take these weird twisting routes around sort of a naturally occurring obstruction. So I think Lyri and Snotflap just immediately teleports to the top, and looking down is like,
come on up, quick.
Lyri's shouting up, I can't climb up that, and I can't teleport.
Yes, you can't teleport. It's called warp.
And he warps back down next to Leary and says,
We'll just walk this way then.
he starts walking ahead. Leary does as well. However, they move into a sort of darkened kind of alcove, I would imagine, along this cliffside. And they end up, well, maybe we'll see actually. Well, let's see if you're surprised by this. I feel like I have a little table here. Let's roll a d6. If you roll a 1 or a 2, you are you get jumped. Oh no, here's what it is. Yeah, no, it is. It's 1 or 2, and then we decide whether you or the others are surprised. So I think you just kind of see Leary kind of round a corner here. Snotflap as well, and Snotflap says,
Oh shit.
ahead of you is, let me find out how many of these you can fight. I'm going to make it a fair fight because it's just a random encounter. Let's see. We'll make it a difficult encounter for one party member of 2nd level. So how many gnolls is that? Because you are facing a creature known as a gnoll. But I guess we're back on the mountain, right? What about we're up here? A grasslands mountain map looks appropriate, doesn't it? That looks about right for where we are. We'll say the gnoll is at the top of it. And this is a CR half. Perfect. Exactly what we want to be fighting. At the top, blocking your path as you're about to climb up this thing, is a creature known as a gnoll. And we're going to bring Leary in here and Snotflap in here at the bottom of this path. And what you see and what a gnoll is, a regular gnoll, is a sort of hyena-headed humanoid creature. Fur in patches across their body, with a sort of twisted-looking glare in its eye. Some, like, they do have, like, clothing and wraps around their bodies, so they're not just, like, an animal exactly, but they aren't a very highly intelligent group. They're borderline feral creatures that stalk the plains. This guy has a spear in one hand and a longbow in the other. Seeing you, he goes, "Ooh!" pulls out his longbow and begins to nock an arrow. And we are going to roll some initiative here. You have quad vantage on this initiative roll. What do you think? What do you think? You want to go first for this? That seems useful. So yeah, we'll give you quad vantage on the initiative. You have +2 to this roll. Roll 4 times. We'll take all 4 rolls, including the first one, and see what you get. So exclamation point roll d20 in the chat is how you can roll a dice. It will pick one at random between all of the people that rolled dice, and it will say the winning roll is 13 by Chicklet. And we do that 4 times, taking the highest. A 1 from Chicklet as well. Chicklet winning. Everyone else needs to start rolling dice. Thank you. We don't want Chicklet winning every time. It'll go to their head. They can't be trusted with such power. A 7. Regular gnoll. I laughed out loud at that when they did that in that show. Regular gnoll. And then they kept doing it. And then you could tell that they were like trying not to do it because they were tired of it, or maybe they weren't allowed to do it anymore, or maybe it was annoying Matt. But I fucking wanted them to do it every single time. I wanted them to do it every single time. Let's roll for the regular gnoll. Let's roll their initiative. Let's see what you have to get. Man, you guys suck at rolling. You got to beat an 11. So what is it? Which one is it? A 13. Lucky, unlucky for some, lucky for you today. You go on a 15 because you have a +2. And Snotflap goes on a 19. First. Alright, so what can Snotflap do? Let's have a look. Are they within 30 feet of Snotflap? No, but he could run 30 feet. Does he have 30 feet of movement? He does. So he could run to here and then launch the Warp Dagger. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about when I say Warp Dagger, by the way. Kind of seeing if I can find a video of Final Fantasy 15.
Without any kind of plan? Crush the opposition. That's the plan.
Do you remember this? I know some of you know because you played the game, but this in Final Fantasy 15, this is how he fights. Just constantly. And this is essentially what this guy is doing. Snotflap is warping towards everything, but he has to hit first. So let's roll to see if he hits his attack roll here. Warp Dagger, a 9. He launches this thing. I mean, I'm guessing their AC is higher than 9. You see Snotflap go, oh shit, it's a gnoll. Lyri says, oh bloody hell, a gnoll. Oh, a regular gnoll. And then he launches his dagger. I think this is like not just a knife. I feel like it's one of those like curved daggers. It would probably look like a Yuffie weapon. You know what it looks like? It would look like fucking like this. You know? Like that's what he launches forward. This like boomerang almost. Vroom, woo, 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 as it launches through the air. The fact that I remembered that was called Twin Viper. Thank you so much, Rebirth. But it the gnoll giggling endlessly because he's a hyena, right? This warp dagger launches past him. Snotflap, he has to hit with it. I guess it just comes back to his hand if it doesn't. I think that's more fun. You just see it sparkle, bring, and then just appear back in his hand as Snotflap misses his shot there. And oh shit! I think that's all he can really do, isn't it? He could cast Misty Step, but I think it's probably better that he stays right there, which will bring us to Lyri's turn, which is you. What does Lyri do? I'll give you some options of just like mechanical shit you can do first, and then if we'll put some extra ones in there. You can get creative and weird with it if you want. So you can attack. You can't get close enough to use the rapier, so it would be attack with the bow. Bow and arrow attack. You could rush to the gnoll, get into melee range. You are an archer predominantly. You have a +2 to archery rolls as Lyri. You can use a scroll, but you don't have anything, do you? You don't have anything on the scroll. Scroll is empty. You do have a potion that increases your intelligence, but that's it. You could equip a shield. That would unequip your bow. And that's it, man. Really, I mean, this is kind of all you're in a position to do. You're in a good position to fire an arrow upwards, but that's about it. Any creative options you are free to suggest now if you want to do something weird or different outside of the mechanics. You can suggest other mechanics as well. I won't always remember everything. Find the exit of the San Diego Convention Center is an option, of course, always. Start laughing, always an option. Fly and gain 10 pounds of muscle. Okay. I think that's just PB just talking and not actually suggesting things to do. Alright, I think those will do, won't they? 6 options there. Let fly the arrows. You can vote in the chat room by typing the number next to the thing that you want to vote for. This will only work in Twitch, unfortunately, anyone who's watching on YouTube. 2 is rush forwards towards the null. This will use your action to dash all the way up to them. 3 is equip your shield so that you can engage in melee and it will boost your AC. 4 is find the exit of the San Diego Convention Center. 5 is start laughing. You want to try and sort of intimidate the null maybe. Or start flying and gain 10 pounds of muscle immediately. Is this the first time we used the longbow? No, you guys used it. You've had a couple of fights. You used it on the... you had that horrible fight with the grey ooze in the sewers, and it was like backing you up against a corner, and it was really annoying. How long do we have quad vantage? You don't anymore. You had 2 quad vantages. And luckily, you used one on initiative, otherwise the null would be going now. Alright, bow and arrow time. Okay. Roll me your attack roll. Exclamation point, roll d20 in the chat room. You have a +6 to this shot towards this null. The null has 22 HP. We're at 4 subs towards the wheel spin. Thank you very much, Shadow. Chicklet. Christian. I don't know who else was in there, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. This is the only stream this week that makes me any money. Due to the absolute dire state of Twitch and my career. We'll take the second roll, because then we flush out all the old rolls. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind a bread roll myself. A 13 plus 6, 19 to hit. So ignore the roll here, I just need it for damage. Will hit, let me double check what he's got as an AC. 15, so this hits. Dealing 6 piercing damage to the regular null as this arrow launches through the air, and the null, still giggling, pulls out a bow and arrow of his own. Would you like to use action surge to get another action, or you can move? Action surge, move, don't move. These are the options here for the end of your turn. Action surge will give you another action, so you can fire another arrow if you'd like. You can also move either backwards or forwards or sideways, or in PB's case upwards since she wants to fly. Or you can not move. You're in a position to be able to continue to fire up the hill towards this null. The null is above you, but I don't think it's like a significant battle enhancing thing where it would potentially give you disadvantage or them advantage. I think they're just a little uphill of you. The choice is yours. The null has an AC of 15. 16 out of a possible 22 hit points left. You guys are at full health. actually. Does Lyri even have an action surge? Yeah, they do, right? And you have second wind. Okay, you leveled up. I'll allow it. Okay, time to action surge. What does this button do? A perfect sound. Thank you, soundboard. Thank you, previous me. Action surge and then firing in another arrow, I assume. So start rolling. You have +6 to this attack roll as you knock a second arrow. Lyri, glowing orange and pulling from within some sort of extra surge of energy as they grab another arrow, knocking the arrow, aiming it towards the knoll, and letting loose this one. So we take the second roll, not that 10. Second roll that comes through is the roll we're going to take. This isn't my combat music, is it? Is this? Not that it matters, it's probably almost over. Can you kill him? A 9. +6, a 15 just hits as you launch this arrow through the air towards this knoll, dealing an additional 5 piercing damage. Not enough to kill him, but he's fucked up. Another arrow striking this knoll. Chuckling to himself. Okay. Would you like to move? Yes. Towards knoll. Yes. Backwards. No. Stay where we are. The choice is yours, my dear sweet chat room. The knoll will be going next in the turn order. You could always spin the wheel, see what happens. Maybe something good will happen, maybe something bad. The wheel is weighted in favor of goodness, but you guys have such incredibly bad luck that it's almost at this point something I think we should start scientifically studying. It's unbelievable. Maybe you've caught whatever I've got by being in this channel. Whatever is killing me in real life. Yes, move backwards a little bit. Okay, we can do that. You can do a 30-footer, to be honest. As Lyri moves backwards 30 feet. You have a longbow, which means that thing can fire pretty damn far. Why is it coming straight for me, man? I mean, it is my life. Durkee, thank you so much for the 2 subs towards the wheel spin. It is the knoll's turn. The knoll. Regular knoll, regular knoll. What do you... Oh, the knoll has a longbow as well. This is not going to do shit for you. Is he going to target the person who fired 2 arrows at him or the little goblin running towards him? I'm going to roll a d2. A 1 is Snotflap. A 2 is Lyri. Damn, Hazel. Damn, son. What the fuck? He's going to target Lyri. I'm going to roll the longbow shot here. 13. Your armor class is 13, so he's going to hit with this attack. As an arrow, I think it's only doing 2 piercing damage. This is one of those times where Lyri's standing there, moves backwards as an arrow flies past their cheek and just does that thing where it like opens up a line of red along their cheek as she moves out of the way. Lyri is now a she, they. Okay. 2 piercing damage to Lyri here. And then we get a fuck ton of wheel spins from Hazel. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I guess I'll just leave it there if we want to do 2 more. Oh, never mind. 5 more. Insta rage. All right, you guys spinning the wheel. The moment you guys are like, wait, he's not dead yet? Spin that fucking wheel. First wheel spin at the end of the knoll's turn. a Deus Ex Machina immediately happening. What would you like to happen? Fuck. What would you like to happen? The choice is yours. A Deus Ex Machina. It is the panic button, yeah. It's all going towards the old mattress fund. The Null sees our power and joins us. Null slips and falls down the cliff. The Null actually knows Snotflap from years back. Random teleport. I almost feel like I should let you have that because you provided 20 of these gift subs. A boulder falls out of left field and takes him out. The miners from the letter appear. The win D&D option. Null was actually the merchant, which I'll allow because you need a scroll. You know what? I'm going to put Epic Scroll on there because you need a scroll. You don't have one. Epic Scroll. A mattress falls on him. Snotflap says, oh yeah, that, okay. Snotflap says, Amaya were my Shindero and the Null was dead all along. Alright, that'll do. There's 10 options there for you. You can choose. The Null sees our power and joins us. The Null slips and falls down the cliff. The Null actually knows Snotflap from years back. Random teleport. A boulder falls out of left field and takes him out. The miners from the letter appear. The Null was actually the merchant. You get an epic scroll, which we'll figure out how to do. Mattress falls on him, or Snotflap says Amaya were Moshindaru and the Null was dead all along. The choice is yours. What will happen? What are we at? 32? I guess I just have to keep it up while the thing is at 32, right? So that it keeps the 2. I wish it would just automatically reset at 10 every time. Wish there was some way to program it to do that. I don't know how to do that. I'm not a smart... Mama said I wasn't a smart boy. Mama never said I was a smart boy. Actually, my mum did tell me I was very smart, and I think it fucked me up. Everyone told me I was quite smart when I was young, so you just stop trying, right? And now I'm dumb as shit. I was relying on natural smarts. The Null actually knows Snotflap from years back. Okay, that's the Deus Ex Machina you want? What was your intention with that? Because that doesn't mean anything. I'm going to make a random table in ChatGPT. Create me a table Create me a table of 6 ways a character has met another character before. 3 of them should be pleasant memories and 3 should be unpleasant. This is the thing, I think you thought he would just be like, oh, Snotflap, and Snotflap would be like, oh, I haven't seen you in ages. But just because someone's met someone before doesn't mean that they're friends. Maybe he fucking hates them. Rolling a d6. The Null goes like this. Oh, Snotflap! And Snotflap goes, ah! He needs a name. Null name generator. Oh, his name should just be regular, shouldn't it?
Regular.
Snotflap waves a hand towards Leary.
Wait, I know him from way back. He's alright.
Leary approaches Snotflap and the Gnoll comes down halfway to meet them. Regular Gnoll. His name is Regular. I know we've got more spins, by the way. We'll do this part first. I know him from work. Literally just happened, yeah. The Gnoll says, "Oh, let me tell you something. It's been a while since I last saw you." Stops cackling because he's got a new voice now. Because he's a real character.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
They do that thing that men do when they haven't seen each other for ages, but they're just scum who live they live behind the fucking docks in London. Those fucking guys with flat caps. Them types of blokes, you know. They work on the docks. They grab each other's arms. How's the wife? How's the kids?
You know, she's still a ball and chain and the kids are going to college.
Oh, let me tell you. It's the best time. It's the best time. They'll be back before you know it. Hands out. They want nothing but money out. Oh, yeah, they will. They have a whole conversation about the whole thing. Leary says, how do you know one another? Oh, well, random table. We saved each other from a wild animal attack. While travelling separately, we encountered a dangerous creature. It was like a boar or a wolf or something. The table doesn't specify. And we teamed up to defeat it. We both survived because of each other's quick thinking and bravery. I had a stab at it with me spear. Snotflap threw that little sparkling dagger thing he's got at it, and the thing went down like a sack of shit. Oh, says Leary. We ate the thing, and then we moved on. Okay. Well, I suppose that's the end of this encounter then, ain't it? And the Gnoll puts their hands on their hips as we spin the wheel. Because maybe he'll just attack you again. Almost. Dude, I was so hoping it would just land on encounter and he just fucking stabs them. I was gonna have him just stab the goblin, dude. Ah, fuck. Every encounter in London when you meet someone that you're like, oh, how's it going? I haven't seen you in ages. And then they punch you in the mouth and you're like, what the fuck? They're like, you know, it's just business. I need money. Give me everything you got in your pockets. Slag. That's hilarious. Your next roll will be a natural 20. And then you get one more roll, yeah? Yeah. What else do you get? Encounter. The Gnoll, a merchant appears. The Gnoll says, by the way, I've got a new job. It turns out the Deus Ex Machina that you wanted. Well, I am a merchant. He spins around and opens up a giant long coat that he was wearing. That he was wearing all along. To the sound of this song. To the sound of this song. To the what the fuck? He spins around. Dude, I had to do this on Friday where I spent so long on non-canon speaking as slowly as possibly to try and set up the scene to give Whack and PB enough time to fix the fucking bars on the thing. Is it this song? Which song is this? Yeah, that'll do. Fuck it. It just so happens I'm a traveling merchant. And he opens up a long trench coat. Now, he's wearing nothing. His Gnoll penis and testicles swinging in the cliffside breeze. But it is filled with all sorts of items. All manner of things. all things that you might find in a D&D merchant store. Knives and knives. There's also a selection of daggers, as well as some knives. He also sells types of knives and scrolls and baby oil. Is his bow better than ours? No, definitely not. You have like an old war, like it's probably got the sigil of whatever company you were part of as part of some sort of legion somewhere, whereas he has got a stick that he's tied a piece of like long hair to from a beast of some sort. Does he have poisons we can tip our arrows in? Of course he doesn't. He doesn't have that kind of thing. Are you mad? He's got knives and scrolls. And a whip. And a whip. Let me bring up the prices of everything. How much is a whip? A whip. Now you have got 35 gold pieces to spend because you made loads of money at the beginning. A whip is 2 gold pieces. You cannot rob him, no. He's unrobbable. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Every time you try and hit the attack button near him, keeps, you know, coming up. Would you like to buy a whip? I guess that's the first question. It's called a Knoll Whip. Yes. No. He's also got a cream whip. A creme whip. Dude, those walnut whips, they remind me of being a very small child. My nan would always buy herself a walnut whip and she'd treat herself to it at some point, but then as soon as one of the children came over, she'd be like, you eat it. You know, the most nan thing. You got 35 gold. I can't believe this Knoll. I'm going to see if Midjourney can do this. Should we see if Midjourney can do it? We're procedurally generating this entire campaign live before your eyes. If you're wondering what the fuck is going on, I don't prepare a single thing before I start the stream. I just show up and start DMing. A D&D Knoll in a trench coat with many wares to sell. Anime style. I don't know if that works or not, but I'm going to put the words anime style in there. Alright, you're going to buy the whip. Let's have a look at his other stuff. So that's 30... What was it? It was 2 gold, wasn't it? So 33 gold, you get a whip. That comes with a free nay-nay. Now you can attack him. You now have a whip as part of your things. Now, scrolls. So you can only buy... cantrips. You can't afford any of the others. A cantrip will cost you 25 gold. But a cantrip will cost you 20 gold. scroll costs. A first level spell costs you 50 gold. A second level will cost you 300 gold. I might adjust those prices. We'll see how much gold you end up running into. Basically, let's see. Basically, Midjourney cannot do this, but I'm going to try again. Can you haggle? No, there's no haggling. There's no do you know what? You can haggle. I'm going to say you can haggle. You can always haggle to get 15% off on a charisma check, a persuasion check, or an intimidation check. No, that wouldn't work. A persuasion check. You have a +3 to it. Go. 15% off. You get one haggle. Rules of haggling. Persuasion check for 15% off. What is 15% of 20? 3. 3 gold off, and 15% of 50 is 7.5. Here he is. Regular Noel, the traveling merchant. A recurring character. Every time you pull the merchant out, I guarantee I forget. Regular the Noel. Traveling merchant. Laughing all the way to the bank. Right, what did you roll for your persuasion check? What did you get? Have you done it yet? You're rolling a persuasion check, guys. Exclamation point roll d20 in the chat. You have a +3 to your persuasion to try and get 15% off. A 17. Oh, the next roll was a nat 20. That's right. I think with a natural 20, you should be able to have 25% off, right? So we'll say, what's 25% of 50? 12.5. That's not enough to afford a first level spell, but you can get a cantrip. Remember, cantrips are just endless. Endless spells. So we will do for 15 bucks. Let's get the wizard list of cantrips and take a look at what is on sale here. Acid Splash, Blade Ward, Booming... You know what, I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14... 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Okay. 4D 33. 29. Okay, so 33 is the first one, which is True Strike. Isn't that the worst spell of all time? 29. So that's 33, 32, 31, 30. Shocking Grasp is available to you here. 11 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Create Bonfire. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and Frostbite. Create Bonfire. and Frostbite. Would you like to buy one of these spells? Special 25% off offer. So it is only 15 gold pieces instead of 20. Braid, what do the spells do? I'm not going to tell you. Create bonfire. I mean, we all know this is how this is going to end, right? This is going to end in disaster. Okay, you purchase the Create Bonfire scroll and you collect the whip. So that is brings you down to 13 gold pieces, and you now have the Create Bonfire cantrip. Create Bonfire. You create a bonfire on the ground that you can see within range. Until the spell ends, the bonfire fills a 5-foot cube. Any creature in the bonfire space when you cast a spell must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 1d8 fire damage. A creature must also make a saving throw when it enters the bonfire space for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there. Now you also have a curse. No fire can ever be put out in the presence of the cursed. Even fully submerged in a torching water won't work. The curse becomes a natural target for burglars. So if you create fire, it will always burn. It will never be put out. That also counts for if you are on fire. You have a devastating weakness to fire. Why do you see this as a... Hold on. Stop the game. The way that you guys live your lives is mind-blowing to me. The only thing I see is a horrific weakness. You are the Martian Manhunter. It is your only weakness. Arrows, swords, all of that shit is nothing compared to fire. Fire is so, like, you're like, oh, we can just set things on fire and they will burn forever and we'll just endlessly, like, as long as we stand near them, they'll stay on fire forever. If a fucking tiny little match lands on you, you die. You are just as susceptible to fire. You have to find an amulet of fire resistance or fire, not even resistance, immunity. It is crazy to me that your plan all of the time is set things on fire because they will just burn endlessly and the fire can't be. So can you. A pleasure doing business with you. And the null disappears. You guys are crazy. I love D&D players because they think they're so invulnerable and then they get pissed off with you when they die to fire. Dude, DM something. Go away, DM a game for your friends and give them something like this and they will be like, oh, it's so great, we're going to set things out, and then you'll kill them because you're the ref. You're a referee. You know, that's your job. And then the fire burns them to death because they have a curse. And then they'll be pissed off with you personally. The next Deus Ex plan is fire immunity. It's your only hope. It is your only way to survive this. The Gnoll vanishes. He is now the merchant that will appear on this wheel spin from time to time. He'll sell all of the D&D things. If you look up adventuring gear 5e, Google. Look up weapons 5e, Google. Armor 5e, Google. You'll see what he sells. Those are all the items that the merchant will have. And you know, if there's something specific that you need, we'll decide at the time whether there is a, you know, does he sell an amulet of fire? He does. It's 15 grand. Okay. Let's continue on your quest, shall we? See what happens next. You need to make me a survival check, don't you? That's right. You're still trying to navigate the land and you became slightly lost. So we're going to continue with that. Let's have a survival check from you, chat. You have a +2 to survival here. Exclamation point, roll d20 in the chat. Let's hope whatever you do doesn't involve fire. We're not taking that 3. Keep rolling. Slummy Kit Kat can take your slummy roll back to the slums. You know what's really weird about today? Is I feel really rough. I don't feel very well today. This morning I woke up and 11 +2 is a 13. So I woke up. I don't feel very good at all. I'm tapering off some medicine and I'm trying to figure out whether I feel unwell because of the previous symptoms are coming back or whether I'm getting new ones for coming off of this new medicine and I just can't figure it out and the doctor won't fucking help. So I'm just ChatGPT has been my doctor throughout this thing. It is so ropey the way that I've had to deal with this for the last few months. But it just felt so horrible, right? And I wanted to go for a walk with Liam, but I couldn't because my sister was doing some bullshit. And I couldn't leave the house until... It doesn't matter. And then I was like, you know what, I'll just stand up for like some of the stream and that's going to have to do, you know. And I've been standing up this whole time and I don't feel tired. What is going on with my body? I would have thought I'd be like collapsing. Just, I feel so, you know when you feel like shit and then someone is like, stand up for 3 hours. I don't know what it is. Normally I'm tired. Even on normal days, I'm tired by now and I sit down. I normally just stand up for the beginning of the stream and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to sit down. I'm knackered. What is going on? My body is so confusing. I can't tell if I'm like on the edge of death or on the edge of becoming like a Super Saiyan that just came back from the edge of death. Because they come back stronger. Hey, bro. Yeah? We don't give a shit. Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. You don't give a fuck about anything I'm saying. You were navigating the coastline. Heading up the hill. Finding a way around that sort of awkward bit of ground that sort of led to Leary having to move away from the very simple process of moving along the cliffside and making their way back to Badgerbrook. You're able to sort of head up and move around and find your way back on track to getting to the I guess really you just want to be following the coastline. There isn't like a road or anything here. You just have to follow the coast and keep Badgerbrook on the horizon, which you're able to do. However, that is when I can do this. I can do this. Come on, we have this sound effect. We have this sound effect. Come on. Come on, baby. Heavy wind. I think I have even heavier wind. I think I have even heavier wind, guys. Heavy wind? Yeah. Picks up. Moving close to the cliffs, suddenly the wind picks up and Snotflap says,
Oh shit, the wind.
And vanishes, teleporting away. You need to make me either a strength or a dexterity check. So we're going to go with strength because you have a +3 to this strength check. Actually, no, this is just a +2. This is just a strength check. Just a strength check. which we can say is an athletics check, which would make it a +3. The wind starts blowing in from the ocean, sort of threatening to knock Lyri off of balance, stumbling along this kind of cliffside. As we see Lyri kind of balancing along this thing, they have to avoid being pushed dangerously close to the edge of the cliff by this windstorm that has, or this gust of extreme wind that has picked up. Keep rolling, we take the second roll. Exclamation point, roll d20 in the chat room. And good luck, motherfuckers. Oh, that's the end of it, I guess. Well, you didn't roll in time, so I guess... A 12. You maintain balance. Avoiding the mishap, continuing to stumble along the cliffside here, and finally kind of making their way to like an edge where they can hold onto some rocks, put their back to the cliff, and take a few deep breaths. Lyri holds for a moment. The next portion of this set of grasslands is mostly flat. Moving a little further inland to avoid any dangers. Snotflap reappearing next to you.
Oh, the wind is bullshit here. I should have warned you, but I forgot.
You notice as you're moving along this next piece of grass, you're getting closer and closer as the day winds on to returning to Badgerbrook, but there are several sort of areas of uneven ground here, which may or may not be hazards. The only real way to find out is with a perception check. Please make me a perception check, chat. Exclamation point, roll d20 in the chat. You have a +2 to perception. I'm going to try and make my ears pop because one of them is blocked. Just another random symptom. Why not? What's that? 35? Thank you, Shadow. Thank you, Sven. My friend. Not that 16. The next roll. In 5 more subs, we'll reset the thing. I would click reset, but they're uneven. It is uneven. Someone give me 5 subs just so I can do it. 3 + 2 to your perception check. You're able to sort of recognize that there are several hazards here. Sharp rocks, thank you so much, Anonymous. This is all we've ever wanted. There are sharp rocks, and there are also kind of areas that look like solid grass ground, but as you see Lyri maybe test them with a foot, they fall in and they give way to kind of like potholes almost. They're just like these holes in the ground that give away. I've been bouldering before, and this is a thing that happens, and it's well scary every time you put your leg on a thing that you think is ground, and then your whole leg just completely vanishes, and it's fucking the most unbelievable jump scare. But you avoid all of this difficult terrain. You also avoid the speed penalty for moving through the hazardous area, and you move away from where you are. Now, you have rations in this bag, and I'm going to say you eat 2 of them during this journey. You're down to 8 rations, but it also means you can avoid the danger of the next section here. But you do need to roll me another d20 as you hit the official random encounter and not the random encounter that is coming up. Let's see what it is. Exclamation point, roll d20 in the chat room, please. like a coastline sound. I think I only have like docks. I think I have a jungle one from Star Wars. I'm gonna be in a jungle for today, guys. Maybe it's not a jungle. So this sound helps me fall asleep, I've discovered over the last couple of months. Waves. I do wave breathing. Just breathe as if you are part of the waves. A 13 is a non-combat. Another small ruined tower. Overgrown with vines. Partially collapsed. Juts out from one of the rocky outcrops here. Very similar to the one that you saw before. Maybe once a long time ago they had these towers all along this cliffside, but for some reason no longer need them. It doesn't seem to be dwarven in architecture. It doesn't seem to be similar to the architecture in Badgerbrook. It seems older and more simple. Just an ancient looking ruined tower. This one, you get the sense that there isn't any beings in there. There are no creatures waiting to jump out and grab at you. There's no little goblins waiting to strike out and get you. But there might still be stuff in here that you can find. Make me an investigation check and we're going to spin the wheel. You have a -1 to investigation. And we're going to spin the wheel. Instant long rest. Fully healed. And you get everything back that you lost, which was nothing. Because you obliterated that gnoll. Oh no, you Deus Ex Machina'd him into a thing. You feel good though, stepping into the ruins of the tower. There's a little moment as the spell wind kicks up, and just a little. That's a long spell sound. Just a little boost, like you've had a nice coffee. The little cut on the side of Lyri's cheek vanishes and heals immediately. What are we rolling? Exclamation point. Roll d20 for the investigation check to see if you can find any stuff in here. What did you get? A 4? And it was -1, so that's a 3. You don't find the gold. You don't find the silver. And you don't find the copper. You don't find any adventuring gear. You don't find any stuff. But you do find a tattered map of nearby landmarks. On this, in this place. You can see that there's a little marking for a stone circle. There's a little monument. There is the marking for the ruin that you're in. You can see a sort of crude image of a tree with some sort of offerings around it. You can see a cavern entrance that looks like it's got crystals drawn around the thing. You see a field of flowers, sort of wild flowers. You can see an image of a natural spring. You can see a crossroads. You can see an image that looks like drawings of the wind being drawn. And you can see the image of a fallen star all along the area that you are currently standing in. You can also see Badger Brook on there. Would you like to explore the open world portion of side questing in this area, or would you like to go to Badger Brook? Open world exploration section. Explore the open world side quests. Head to Badger Brook. Main quest. What do you want to do? What even was the main quest? You haven't got to it yet. You haven't collected the first main quest. The main quest is to meet up with the resistance fighters in Badger Brook and find out what they want. Take their quest. However, there are like 10 things around this area, 10 places that you can visit that have random things in them that you can do while you're here in this part of the map. If you would like. Equally split. Who wants to split it? Someone did. I don't know who that was, but someone did it. Explore the open world side quests. Alright, here's what we're going to do then. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make it. We're gonna make the side quests right here and right now. So what did we have? It was, this is your current position, the tower, right? Tower. Let's do pixels. Bower. We want it in bright pink. Berry blue. Already way too much effort. There was also Badger Brook. Stone Circle. The Monument. The Offering Tree. The Crystal Cavern. The Wildflowers. This is that moment where you climb up. You know, in a game, you climb up to the top of the thing, and on the world map, and then it shows you where all of the locations of the stuff are in the game on the world map part. The Natural Spring. There's the Crossroads. The Whispering Winds. And the Fallen Star. Where would you like to go? Where does Lyri travel to? The closest options are, because you are here, and I'm going to set this up on the stream, so I'll bring it in so we can use it. Crossroads, Offering Tree, Stone Circle. And you can do it that way. You know what I mean? So you can go to the Crossroads, the Offering Tree, or the Stone Circle. the tie break? Can someone split it? Can it be split? Oh. It was the stone circle. That's what split it. I'm taking stone circle. Alright, I added roads very quickly. And you're heading towards the stone circle. Cool. Open world exploration has begun. We see Lyri and Snotflap take a moment to rest at the tower, and then Lyri hefts up their sack. All right, let's explore some of these places on this map. Perhaps there'll be something of use there.
This place. I've never been here. I've never been here. I've never been here. I've never been here.
Aren't you from here?
Yes, I've lived in this cave my whole life. This is my first time outside. I have agoraphobia.
And that is where we end today's session, because I'm absolutely exhausted. And next week we head to the stone circle. What awaits you? What awaits Lyri? I'm going to go away. I'm actually going to slightly prep this, because I can prep this entire open world exploration slightly. Lyri heading out, exploring before heading into Badgerbrook. Going to be showing up to this, the first main quest at level 15, you know. Finally showing up at level 15. To the first mission. Which really makes a lot more sense, because Lyri's had this entire life. You did get XP for the Gnoll encounter. That is a good point. What do you get for a Gnoll? Regular Gnoll, regular Gnoll. 100 XP. Split between you and Snotflap. So 50 XP, which puts you at 568 out of 900. All right. Sorry, I'm a little bit knackered today. But I feel woozy and rough. Hopefully I feel a bit better tomorrow. Probably won't. We'll see. If I don't, doesn't matter. We're going to play Black Myth Wukong tomorrow. If you want to watch more D&D, I'll see you here next Sunday. We do Twitch Plays D&D every Sunday. But also, there is a big fat D&D channel called Table Story. And today we have a brand new show starting called Deathless. It's a Vampire the Masquerade sort of style game. And it begins today in about 3 hours and 20 minutes. That just sent that heart palpitations for PB when I said that. You got 3 hours, PB, on Table Story. So head over and watch that. I'll be there. You'll be there. Tune in. Next week we'll carry on with the story of Lyri. Thank you so much everyone that came out and supported the stream. I'm looking forward to running this little open world section here. And I'll see you next week as we find out what is at some of these locations. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Tune into Deathless tonight on Table Story. See you then. Peace. Bye.